members across Michigan are fuming over the ongoing spike in the gas prices. In fact, they're so high, some business owners are turning away jobs. Fox News' Ingrid Kelly has been gathering reaction and joins us now live in Southfield. Ingrid, we've been talking about how we've all been feeling the pinch, but this is really affecting businesses' bottom lines.
Exactly. So many people, you know what, gassing up these vehicles, it's really hurting our wallets. Many people have told me this week they're paying $30 to $40 more a week just to gas up their vehicle. But what happens when the company that you operate requires you gas up a work vehicle? You know what? If you order flowers or a pizza, will you have to pay more? Take a listen.
It's, difficult times now. We're trying to take a positive approach to this situation, and we're taking this time to look at our business as a whole and where we can, cut costs with the increased gas prices. So, we've got to look at, what we're purchasing product for, how many times we're delivering out to our stores, how many hours it takes to do something.
It just makes everyday life harder. It costs twice as much as it did to run every day. And so we're just trying to stay as close as we can to the yard because it's so hard to go far away.
Have you declined any work?
Yes, we actually, when we had the opportunity to go to Jackson and do a big lot clear and stuff like that, it just doesn't economically make sense to go that far anymore.
That's the biggest part of it, is the Middle East and the uncertainty of all of that. I hate to say this, there's no end in sight. It's one of those things that it just spirals out of control, especially the gasoline prices.
Yeah. Back out here live, these are real conversations that business owners are having. As I was in the floral shop, they're telling me, they're about to come up on their Christmas, what they consider Christmas. It's called Mother's Day. They are going to be super busy. And as you are trying to make all of these different runs, you have to realize how much is this going to impact your bottom line. Also, too, I was talking to Nate, the owner of Nate's Outdoor Services. And, he was telling me basically that for the tree trimming, they pay $500 a day in gas, right? For landscaping, $400 a day in gas. I mean, this is, really impacting people in the way that they do business. And you know what? Eventually, if it keeps going up, they have to make a decision as to whether or not they are going to pass these prices down to the consumer, people like you and me. It's really tough on so many people. Back to you, Ruth.
Yeah, you think about the cost of goat juice going anywhere is going to be expensive, but then you think about businesses like food trucks that not only do they have to spend the money to get to the location to set up, now they're using generators to fuel the entire day's worth of action.
Yeah, I mean, it's like people are paying double what they were paying, this time last year. And you have to, after a while, you have to imagine that these people are wondering, like, the owner of Nate's, I mean, he actually turned down that job. I mean, I know that had to hurt, but, you have to wonder, does it make sense for me to do this? And when it doesn't, then you don't.
Yeah, a lot of people have to pivot because of this, and hurting a lot of people. We'll be watching this very closely throughout the weeks to come. Ingrid Kelly for us live tonight. Thank you.
Okay, shalom. Kwam yasa Allah. Koholoyim la Yahweh Basim Yahweh Bahashim Hakadosh. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us His beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwa that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes and commandments of Yahweh Basim Yahweh. To the best of their ability, this is Yachanan Nawak. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And these people are miserable. Miserable, bro. And all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. The scriptures talks about, us being happy to see the fall of our enemy, because this is what's happening. Matter of fact, I'm about to pull up on a light, so let me grab that scripture real quick. Yeah, it's beautiful, baby. Beautiful. All right, damn it. Me and Ak was talking about that yesterday. We go through our little thing with it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, too, we have faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. Matter of fact, I'm in this Baruch chapter 4. Let me get this real quick. Let me start at verse 30. It says, Take a good heart or Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. And the one that gave us this name, Yahweh, or Yasharallah rather, Israel, is Yasharallah in the Hebrew tongue. The Father name is Yahweh that gave us that name. And the true name of his son, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus, is Yahweh Shai. He's coming to get us up out of this this turmoil that we're in, as far as being in captivity to these other nations. Now they're starting to feel the grunt of these plagues that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is putting on their asses, man. But verse 31, it says, miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. Because they afflicted the shit out of us and still do. And they rejoice at our fall. And still to this very day, they have us in captivity and they're still rejoicing over it. But it's starting to really hit them now. They're starting to see like, something is happening. Something is going on in the planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, something's not right. People can feel it. They can sense something is going on. They just don't know to what extent. And so when they come across the men of the Lord out on the highways and byways, it really resonates and hit a lot of these Edomites, even probably far more better than it hits these actual Israelites that we're trying to awake. Because this ministry goes like two ways. It's for the Israelites to wake their asses up and come out of these works of darkness, and to come out of the ways of these other nations and come back to our power, Yahweh Shai. And then it's also judgment for these other nations. We have to let them know, hey, look, especially you Edomites, and that's the biblical name for you so-called white people, you're going into captivity and things are going to get really bad for you in your own kingdom. The Lord is actually going to put you against each other, the same way that you cause division amongst our people, the same way that you cause discord among our people. Your beloved brother Allah was bringing it out yesterday, and he was going into the Willie Lynch letter when he was out there on the highways and byways, and he went off into that causing discord among brethren. That's in chapter 6 of Proverbs. The Lord hates that. That's an abomination to the Lord. When you separate families, and the kind of separation that he done with us was just diabolical, man. The brother was reading through that Willie Lynch shit, and I was getting pissed, bro, while I was listening to the video. You know what I'm saying? I almost had to turn it off, bro. I was getting so damn hot. Shit, to bring your damn pressure up. But anyway, it says, verse 31, Baruch 4 and 31, it says, miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Right? Miserable is she that received thy son. So they're miserable, man. And it's only going to get worse. This is just the start of their misery. This is just the start. Because these are, 9/11 prices that they're spending here in Michigan. I can't even imagine, other states like, New York probably, or California, and just in general. But I know here, I just seen gas for $5.09. That's regular. $5.09 a gallon, bro. Regular. That's crazy work, bro. That's crazy work. And these people, man, they nothing to fuck up. Because when you think about it, like I got gas yesterday. I used to be able to fill up for $40, basically, for my truck. So I just, I knew it wasn't going to fill it up, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, well, just let me get 45, you know what I'm saying? And I was a motherfucking quarter tank off, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. So I needed basically another extra, at least $10 to $15 more to actually fill up. Then I seen the one guy, he was talking about, I got an SUV, it cost me he said $101 to fill up. So people feeling it, man, you know what I'm saying? People feeling it. They got to get out here and make their moves, the back and forth, you got to, pick up the kids, drop the kids off, wherever they doing, you have to make moves. You still got to get up and go to work, and the only people that's out here that's really kind of winning right now is, I guess, people with EV vehicles, you know what I'm saying, the electric vehicles where they can plug in. I know I seen one Edomite one day, and this was well before all this went down, and he had one of those Mustangs, those new Mach-E's, and I was asking him about, what he thought or whatever, and he was like, shit, man, the gas money that I'm saving alone, he said, that's paying for the car in itself. I was like, damn, yeah. And I guess considering, because a lot of these Edomites, where I live anyway, they come from a long ways away to get to work. That's their, you know, because see, you know, Esau, he likes that fatness of the earth, the fatness of the land. So, you know, he'll be out in the backwoods. Every time you see the motherfucker, he's in an F-150, F-250, one of them big ass trucks. Is always muddy because they living off in the back of them trees, you know. Got a bunch of damn land, you know, acres and acres of land, and they live outside of these cities. You know, they only come down to these cities, you know, to catch, you know, like the little Tigers games, Pistons games, Red Wings, you know, shit like that that's here. And other than that, you know, they live in the outskirts. They may work in the city and have those nice paying jobs in the city of downtown Detroit, but they don't live nowhere near here. Shit, they be commuting. You know, they'll be driving a whole damn hour just to get to work and an hour to get back home. But it was nothing to them. And I noticed that a lot of them now, what they'll do is they'll stop in the neighborhood, because generally our gas in the neighborhood is cheaper than these outskirts. So they dip into the neighborhood. They try and save that little money, you know. But no, it's not going well for Esau, man. It's not going well for Esau. Let me see, that's Baruch 4:34. It says, "For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude." Yep. "And her pride shall be turned into mourning." Yeah, because you know this is a very prideful place. This is the valley of death, man. Though I walk through the shadows of the valley of death. I was just watching the elder. He was going off into Psalms 23. And people don't understand yet the valley of death. Hey, that's America, man. And the Israelites have been walking through this valley for quite some time, and they've been rejoicing at our downfall. So, you know, I say let Esau go through it, man. They all crying, screaming, and everything is going up, bro. It's not just, I mean, every fucking thing. And so now you got a lot of megas. They turning on Trump. They like, hey, man, you campaigned on everything that he campaigned on, man. He's going totally against it. He's coming with all this tech shit. He's not releasing those Epstein files like how he said he was. He was talking about affordability. And then he's standing on TV and they talking as if it's so worth it that you pay all this extra money that you can be thrown out of your damn house. You can possibly, you know, not be able to feed your family. And it's all worth it to keep Iran from getting a nuclear weapon, which these people have been talking about a nuclear fucking weapon for the past 60 years or so. You know? So people starting to see through all that. They pissed. Like, man, fuck all that. You know, you was talking about no more forever wars. You got the damn Strait of Hormuz blockade on your side. They got it blocked in on their side. So what can you expect of this, really, in reality? Like, what else can you get out of this? What can you get out of it other than this shit is going to go up another? It's just going to continue to go up. And so by the time you get to your little 250th year anniversary, your little 4th of July bullshit, you're not going to be able to even afford to fire up your goddamn grill. Because even that lighter fluid is going to be through the fucking roof. Because that's a part of, you know, some of the refineries that they make as well. Them ribs you want to throw on there. Them little fucking American flags and all that shit that's made in China. Yeah, all that shit is going to be expensive as hell. So by July, because the gas going up like 30 cents a damn day. So imagine if this continues by July, the gas can easily be well over $10 a gallon. Well over. And then if the gas hit that kind of price on regular, then imagine what the diesel is going to be like. So that's going to shoot all your products up through the fucking roof, bro. And we love it, man. In fact, let me get this Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And these are some wicked ass people. They don't care anything about your ass being thrown out on the streets. Me and the Ock was talking about it yesterday. He was talking about some, you know, some Victorian homes, and you know, just some nice homes that he was seeing in the area that he live in, just you know, decaying, you know, blight. And we was talking about how Esau, he would rather see that shit go into a blighted episode than to allow somebody to actually stay in that house, man. And, you know, for that person to be homeless. I just seen a person. I ain't never seen no shit like this. I'm talking, I was just on the, I generally don't even get on the freeway neither. You know, when I'm kind of doing my little runs or whatever, but just seen a person, it appeared, I don't know if it was a chick or if it was a dude, but I'm talking about motherfucker wasn't like under like no vidoc, you know what I'm saying? As far as like how, you know, the homeless would normally pitch a tent. No, this motherfucker was literally basically laying on the damn freeway underneath one of those bridges while people just blowing by doing 70, 80 miles an hour. And I'm like, damn. I'm looking like, no, that's a person laying there asleep. They had their bags and everything. So people not doing well, man. You know, this place is doomed. It's being plagued. This is spiritual Egypt, man. The Lord is plaguing this place. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. The Egyptian is going to turn against the Egyptian. Because right now, you got these Republicans, they still talking about Joe Biden. Like, what the fuck you mean? Joe Biden been gone for, you know, a year and a half now. What's going on with your boy Trump? Everything, ever since he came in, shit got it more expensive. He campaigned on making shit more affordable for you because of Joe Biden and them. And all of a sudden, a year and a half later of him being a damn president, you're spending double on every goddamn thing that you've ever spent money on. Everything is doubling up. I can't even imagine people with kids, man. You know, fucking daycare, that shit is crazy work. I'm like, damn, you spend how much? Like, how are y'all affording all this shit? It's hard for people to get a place to live. I know I was kicking it with somebody, and they was talking, see, what they do is I call it a scam. It's got to be a goddamn scam. But, you know, you're trying to get a place. And I heard one of the elders in Kansas City talking about an $85 application fee, which is not refundable. And they just, you know, just running game on you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you just spending $85 for a fucking application. And the motherfuckers don't even really have a place for you to even, you know, it's not even, you know, it's like a scam. I remember back in the days, you know what I'm saying? You fill out your little app, they'll give you a key. You go and check out the property, go and check everything out, you know what I'm saying? You know, your money will be refunded, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? Once you bring back the key, all that little shit like that. That was back in the days, but these people done got to a point where it's just a scam, bro. It's like this one chick was talking about how she been living in a hotel for shit pretty much going on like 2 damn years. Because everywhere she goes, she's putting down these fucking deposits on a damn, or she putting down application fees, and she's not knowing that shit, that's just a scam. There is actually no apartment. There's no actual place that they're actually even advertising. You know what I mean? Really, in reality, the place don't even exist. Just crazy, bro. Anyway, you know, I find it beautiful shit. I say, hey, this is the fall of our enemies, and we need these things to happen. Like, for real. So, Salaki, I'm at the plantation. I gotta get this call here. These people fucking damn Edomites, they just retarded, bro. Anyway, Salaki, with that, Shalom.